that is the S&P 500 E-mini futures, and this is the 50 days moving average for the S&P market breadth, and the other is actually the 200-day. So I just line this up, and you could probably see this on the 50-day moving average. Like this is the percent of the stocks that actually above the 50 days MA. Right now is right at the overbought. So what I define as a overbought is somewhere around above 70%. So there are definitely more than 70% of the stocks that are actually above the 50 days moving average. So I classify that as an overbought. And if we just look at the past, so for example, let me use the other color. So this, and probably I think this is more suitable. So since the downtrend this year, so 2022 this year, and every time that the market breadth of the 50 MA reach the overbought situation, is sort of coincide with the supply line. So we got a price actually touching the supply line of the down channel here, and then start off the downswing. And then here again, touch off the supply line of the down channel while the market breadth is overbought, and then we start a downtrend again. And now it's right at this supply line again. So this is again the supply line of the down channel, and the market breadth is again at the overbought level. So we just need to watch out a potential reversal and then start off the downswing. So just like the previous two right here. Okay. And next is actually the 200-day MA. So this is actually the percent of the stocks that's actually above the 200 days MA. So I've emphasized this and run through this many times, and you can definitely go back and watch the past sessions. But right now, I just want to pinpoint that at the moment, you can also see that for the past probably, okay, maybe let's start from here. So this is definitely right at this above the 50% level. And here it is again. So, but before that, just right into this year, okay, so we got a dip below the 50% level. So I think this is very important. While we have the sign of weakness show up in the S&P 500, and we also have a dip in the S&P 500 market breadth above the 200-day MA is just below the 50% level. So I think this is really critical. And subsequent rally, you can see that it just failed to overcome. So this is inability to rally. There's multiple attempts of the inability to rally up. So from here on, together with the lower high and also the lower low within a down channel, we can sort of confirm that the downtrend is intact and the market breadth has been deteriorating as well. So subsequently, we got this kind of the undercut or sort of like hit the overbought or just hit the resistance level and then get resisted and then start off the downtrend or the downswing. Here is attempt to rally, but there is a fair bit of the distance, and together with the price as well, it's sort of just within the middle of the channel right here, and then we start a downswing. And next is also similar to the 50-day MA here and here as well. So it just treats the 50% level as the resistance level, and subsequently it's just got back in, break back below, and then eventually just kickstart another downswing. So I think now we are at a quite a critical point, because just from a price action point of view, this is right within the supply line. So this is a supply line. Every time that it touches the supply line previously, it just started a downswing here, and now is we just kind of tested the 4100 level, and I have mentioned the level many times. I think at least 3 or 4 times for the past 3 or 4 sessions. This is actually a very critical level. Not only it just coincide with the supply line, 4100 is a round number, and also this is a very crucial supply zone or the supply bar that you need to overcome for the bullish case. So right now, what happened last week? So let's just go straight into the price action. So let me just get rid of this. Okay, another this. Okay, so what happened last week? So last week we have this bar. So this is a super momentum bar. It's a super bullish momentum bar, and it's just kind of initiated breakout. But did it sustain? So what happened for the past few days? So this is on last Wednesday. So last Tuesday, somewhere around here, I mentioned that we are sort of testing this middle of the channel. So this middle of the channel provides some kind of the support. And I also mentioned that supply is not that threatening, is kind of at a low side. And most importantly, I don't really see any downwards results. So suggested that there's a continuation to the upside. And I think that it could really test 41 to about 41.50, means that it's sort of bump into the overbought of the overthrow of the immediate up channel upswing like here. So this is the bar that actually fulfilled the target about 4100. Subsequent bar got a little bit of the rejection, but not too threatening yet. But if we combine these few sessions, these few bars, so look at this. That's sort of like the upthrust, right? So it's just a temporary commitment of the previous swing high while we have the increase of the supply. So this doesn't really paint a bullish picture to me. So it's just sort of tell me that this is upthrust, a temporary commitment of the level of the immediate support, and now it just fell back in, and that comes with increasing of the volume, increasing of the supply. So suggested that there is selling into strength. So there are people selling into strength, they're selling into this supply line, and also coincide with this horizontal supply zone or the supply bar right at the 4100 level. So this is definitely an area that a lot of people will profit take, and a short seller will step in to short sell. And I think this is actually a valid signal. So an upthrust. So one bar, spike of the volume, spike of the supply, attempt to hold up. We got demand tail. Yesterday just sort of showing failure. Okay, so that is an upthrust. So if we short yesterday at the close of the bar, or even now, then the stop loss will be above 4100. So definitely above this bar. So that will be trade setup for the swing trading to the downside. So what's the first target? First target is definitely, we got this demand line. Okay, so there's the demand line of the up channel. So that should be somewhere around 39 to about 39.50. And if we see this kind of the movement down, followed by inability to rally, touching the axis line as the resistance, and then eventually got rejected again, coming down, then I think 3800 is pretty much another logical level. So not to mention about there is some more room downwards here. Okay, 3600. So that's a previous swing low right here. Okay, so at the moment I'm not that bullish, and I think that we sort of tested this supply line with the increasing of the supply. So we just need to see whether there's follow through to the downside immediately, or will we see another attempt to rally up and then eventually fail again. So the crucial thing is that a break of the middle part of the up channel right here, and also the ultimate confirmation will be to violate this bullish momentum bar, means that it closed below this bar. Okay, that should trigger some more selling, and then eventually I think this is the access line that it will get tested about 3800. Okay, so another thing that I would like to point out is that there is weakness show up in the leader. So who is the leader at the moment? Dow Jones. So let's take a look at Dow Jones. So when I say there's weakness, so what do I mean? So what I mean is actually, let me show you this. So this is the Dow Jones E-minis futures. We definitely see that this swing. So just bear with me, just concentrate on this swing up, okay? And I have already just used a trend line, this two trend line sort of shape this ascending triangle. Sorry, not a ascending triangle, it's a wedge. It's a rising wedge, ascending wedge, okay? So it's a wedge that's actually showing shortening of the thrust to the upside. So suggesting that the momentum to the upside is sort of exhausted. So this is not a good sign for the bull. And together with spike of the volume for the past 4 trading session, as I pointed out in the S&P 500, is also showing similarity in the Dow Jones as well. So if we look at it as a upthrust, so certainly this is an upthrust with a commitment yesterday, closed below the immediate support level, and also break of the rising wedge. Okay, so at the moment I think this is definitely the leaders showing some kind of the weakness with the increasing of the volume, suggesting that selling into strength. And if we look at the past swing point, so this is the previous swing level, the swing high level right here. Okay, again another upthrust. So this is a failure of the commitment above this immediate resistance level, and then that's forming the shortening of the thrust to the upside as showing in this rising wedge, and also commitment below. So we just need to see some form of the confirmation. So anyway, if we take the entry, the close of entry, or right now. So this is definitely a valid short entry with your stop just above the swing high level right here. Okay, so anyway, we just need to see whether it will have immediate follow through to the downside, or is having this kind of the test and then going down, breakdown of the super momentum bar right here, and then that should trigger some kind of the movement down. The immediate level that we could expect is this access line about 33,000. So I think this should provide some kind of the support. So this is the area that it could get tested in the short term. If you want to catch my latest videos, click on the subscribe button and the bell right now so that you get instant notification once I upload my latest video. If you want to check out my online courses, go to tradeprecise.com to find out how to profit consistently from any market without using complex indicator or understanding any financial statement, no matter you are trading or investing.